Number 14, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Giannis's regular season resume is unbelievable. Somehow his postseason resume might be better. 4-time first-team All-NBA, 2-time second-team All-NBA. He is a 2-time MVP with 4 top 4 MVP finishes, a 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, 5-time All-Defense. All of those things Giannis has accomplished already in his career. His postseason accomplishments are as follows. Had a 25-12 as a 20-year-old in his first playoffs ever. That was 2015. 2017, averaged 25-10-4 in a round 1 loss to Toronto, including 34-9 facing elimination. 2018 is when you started to be like, oh boy, how good can he be? Started the playoffs off with a 35-13-7-3 and averaged for the series 26-10-6 on 57% shooting, but lost in 7 to Boston. And now it starts to get special. 2019, 41-9 to win his first series. A 39-16-4 to go up 3-1 on Boston, averaging 28-11-5 for the series. And then it looked like, oh my God, Giannis is going to win the title already. Guy's going to be 24 years old, going to be league MVP, champion, all of it. He had a 30-point, 17-rebound, 5-assist game to go up 2-0 on Kawhi in Toronto. Game 3, if you remember, was the triple overtime game, though. They lose. They don't win another game in that series. The next year, he crushes round 1, wins another league MVP, averages 31-16-6, but in round 2, he was shaky, and then he got hurt. They lose to Miami, and all of a sudden, it's like, oh boy. And then there's the 2021 playoff run, which is quite simply one of the greatest playoff runs any player has ever had in any sport ever. So let's go through it. Round 1, you get Miami again. They could have ducked them. They didn't. The team that beat them the previous year sweeps them, averaging 24 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, as Giannis started to really become an excellent passer. Round 2, iconic series. One of the greatest round 2 series ever against Brooklyn. Remember, James Harden got hurt in the first game of that series, came back in game 5. Kyrie played games 1 through 4, got hurt in game 4, was not back throughout. So it was Durant was there the whole time. Kyrie was there for the first 4. Harden was there for the last 3, kind of. They're down 2-0 to Brooklyn and Kevin Durant. Over the next 5 games, he averages 34 points and 14 rebounds on 56% shooting, including facing elimination in game 6, 30 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, and then in game 7, a 40-13-5, and still had gas left in the tank to tie the game in overtime, and overtime where KD went 0 for 6 from the field. Averaged in the conference finals 31-11-6 the first 3 games. Then he hyperextended his knee. It looked like he was going to be out a year. He was out a week. So what happened? Comes back for game 1 of the finals, is not great. And then this is what he does over the next 5 games of the NBA finals to put together. I don't think it's the greatest finals ever, but if you say it, I don't think you're crazy. Game 2, 42-12-4 with 3 blocks, but they lose. Now they're down 0-2 again. Game 3, 41-13-6 to get a game back. Game 4, 26 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and one of those blocks saved the game. That's the DeAndre Ayton alley-oop block. Game 5, 32 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and the game-winning alley-oop. And then game 6, if you want to say this is the greatest finals game ever played, it's certainly on the very short list. 50 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 blocks to win the title. Averaged 35-13-5 on 62% shooting for the NBA Finals last year against the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, no fluke. They're a 64-win team this year. This year, 2022, round 1 against Chicago, averages 29-13-6 on 57%, but Chris Middleton goes down. Round 2 against Boston, throws up a 24-13-12 to win game 1. Throws up a 42-12-8 to go up 2-1. Throws up a 40-11 to go up 3-2 against a Celtics team that, by the time this airs, maybe they're en route to winning the title. I don't know. And then in a chance to move on without Middleton, game 6 against Boston, 44, 20, and 6, but they lose. They end up losing in 7. He averages, everyone felt like Boston defended him well. He averaged 34 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists for the series. So Giannis, one of the only guys in league history with a regular season MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year award. I think that list is MJ, Akeem, and Giannis. He did it in the same year, by the way. I think he should have more than 2 regular season MVPs. He was a guy who was like, oh, can you rely on him in the postseason? And now he averages 35 in a series where it feels like people slowed him down. Ooh, can you rely on him at the free throw line? He went 17 of 19 from the free throw line in that 50-point game to win the title. He is a selfless teammate, an absolute Iron Man, the best defender in basketball, the most dominant scorer in basketball, the best player in basketball as we record this today. He's the 14th best player of the last 50 years and rising. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's go to a caller on Giannis.
Giannis at number 14. I can live with that for now. But obviously the feeling is that he's going to move up. I think you feel the same way. Look, it's going to come down to rings. His numbers are going to be out off the charts. And the thing about Giannis is, as good as he already is, he's probably 70 to 75% of the player he can be. If his mid-range and three-point jump shots continue to improve and really get to the point where he's a good shooter, it's over. But again, you know this, it's going to come down to how many rings he can win. I do think he's got GOAT potential. I'm not saying he'll get there, but he's a guy that if he really maximizes his individual potential and won enough rings, probably at least 4, then you can start thinking about him maybe in that conversation. We'll see, but not bad right now at 14.
I think he's going to get in the conversation, and I don't think he needs a three-point shot. I think if he can just get a mid-range, a bit of a mid-range shot, maybe the Dirk one-legged kind of fadeaway that we've seen him trying out, and a bit of a baby hook, he becomes totally unguardable, as is. He's pretty damn unguardable. He's the 14th best player of the last 50 years, and if we were to do this list again in 2 years, he'd probably already be in the top 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.